But we are getting set to battle for game number 3 as this battle for the GTA kicks into high gear. The series is tied 1-1, as Doug Anderson said off the top, and now St. Mike's has tied it, and with a 4-1 win under their belt, looking to try to gain some momentum and get that first road win of the victory. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Mark Heron. Glad you can join us here on Rogers Television, exclusive home to the Ontario Hockey League and playoff coverage. I'm going to throw it upstairs right now to Doug Anderson and Sam Cosentino, our play-by-play tandem, and here's what they have to say. Gentlemen, glad to see you.
Goaltending will always play a big part. Special teams will always play a big part. We'll see how things shake down as the first period gets underway. There you see tonight's starting goaltenders, Brad Topping and Andy Chiodo. No surprise there. Both guys will be at their best.
Yeah, these guys will be carrying the weight for their clubs throughout the remainder of the playoffs, and you got to love it when it's two goaltenders who've been drafted by the same team.
Absolutely. We get set for the opening faceoff. But there is Brad Topping, and boy, what a game 2 he had, facing 17 shots in the first period and stopping all 17. The quote in the Brampton Guardian from Stan Butler, if it wasn't for Topping, it would have been 4-0 after 1.
And that's what Brad Topping is going to be relied on to do throughout this playoff series. Kevin Couture, the rookie netminder for Brampton, got a lot of playing time during the regular season, seasoning for later on. However, Brad Topping will be the guy to carry this team throughout the playoffs.
The battalion will send Camille Krebs to center ice. On the right side for Krebs is Brent Burns. On the left side is Chris Rowan. For the Majors, Ryan Rohrabeck at center, Craig Foster on the left side, and on the right side is Scott Horvath. And Horvath with 10 goals in the playoffs so far.
He's been a real standout for the St. Michaels Majors. We'll keep an eye on his progress tonight.
Off the opening draw, Mike Luby steps across center, dumps it into Majors territory. Chiodo will leave it for Shane O'Brien. Krebs throws the body. O'Brien over for McIver to Foster at his own blue line. Outlet pass comes to O'Brien on the far side. Gaining the Brampton blue line. Feeds it out in front. They score off the top. Just 21 seconds into the game, the Majors lead 1-0.
A little bit of confusion on the part of the Brampton defense. They backed themselves right into the goaltender, Brad Topping. That put him out of position and allowed Rohrabeck to get free and score the goal. There's Schwantz, tries to take it. Foster's in there. And then you see Rohrabeck trailing the play, picks up the goal for the St. Michaels Majors just 21 seconds in. Again, Eric Schwantz and Craig Foster battling in front of the net. That allowed Rohrabeck to pick up just his second goal of these playoffs.
At center ice, Connor Cameron across the blue line, watched by McClement. Feeds it out in front, Topping with 2 big saves. McClement is there to clear the rebound. There's so many more things he can do with his point man. Burns trying to make his way around O'Brien. He roughs him up in the corner. Back for Klein. Klein to Lehman. Back for Klein. At center ice. Taken away. Wojtek Volsky on the breakaway. Volsky right in on goal. Scores! Wojtek Volsky ties the game at 1.
Well, Dougie, that is a goal scores goal. Wojtek Volsky, who had a hat trick in game 1 to lead the Brampton Battalion to a 7-0 win, makes the pickpocket right in the neutral zone. He goes in alone and made me dizzy with all the moves he made to finally get it past Andy Chiodo. Going to the backhand, he had Chiodo beaten. No problem at all for Volsky. And the poise in this kid, Dougie, is just outstanding.
Yeah, hung on to the puck just that extra second, making Chiodo make the first move. Boy, how would you like to be in base and get the shots away? Houlihan turns on the Jets around Klein. Feeds it to the front of the net. Puck squirts underneath, and Chiodo holds his ground.
They'll in the 8 playoff games for Brampton so far.
Comes to Frank Bergio at the point. His shot, and it goes just wide. We're going to get a penalty going against the Majors, and a pileup after the whistle as Rosendale is tied up with Matt Bacon. Now those two had words before the game even started. McIver and Volsky now together along the boards.
And you're seeing things get a little out of hand now. Frank Bergio, the veteran, saw Volsky tied up with McKeever, decided to go in there and just try and pull McKeever off, but that fired up the rest of the troops. Now, all but Matt Bacon have been paired off.
Bacon has been sent to the box, so Luby's got it. Mike Luby now. For Brent Burns. Burns to Rowan with some time. Had to regather it. Young fires it right on. What a big save from Andy Chiodo. Kept in. Burns has it. Back for Young. Nice pass. Young trying to step out in front to Luby. Rowan. Young. Burns shot. Rebound in the slot. Lukic looking for Boyce through the middle. Broken up by Kevin Young as the penalty's over and done with.
Kevin Young absolutely refuses to leave the zone.
Young hits the post. Comes around the boards again. He'll go to the far side. Takes the hit on Boyce, but leaves the 2-on-1. Here comes Brent across the blue line. Right to Boyce in front. Topping stops him.
Oh, what a series. What an exchange by both clubs. At one end, you have Kevin Young pinching in on 3 separate occasions to keep the puck deep in the Toronto zone. And then he gets caught, and out come the Majors on a 2-on-1 break. It's Darryl Boyce heading to the net. Tim Brent with the puck. Great pass. Boyce couldn't get it under control. Topping down, but not out. Stays with it to make the save.
Kept in by Lehman. Wheeling away now is Fraser as he takes it through center. Fraser's got Brown with him. Leaves it for Brown. There's the shot. He scores! David Brown makes it a 2-1 game. And I gotta believe that was deflected as Andy Chiodo was going one way, and Brown's shot went the other way for the 2-1 lead.
See, this was a very fortunate break because Jamie Fraser came in across the line. When he dropped that puck back, he had Brown on the off wing, so it didn't take him any time at all to unload the shot. And because of the quickness of the shot and quite possibly the deflection in front of the net off of the stick of Cameron, it beats Chiodo. And the Brampton Battalion lead it 2-1.
We'll go cross ice for Ryan Rohrabeck. Luby comes behind the net with Rohrabeck. Schwantz, he got absolutely rocked by Horvath. Nice pass to Camille Krebs. Krebs hangs on to it. Turns inside the blue line. Krebs still has it. Saucers a pass over for Simmons to the front of the net. They score! Chris Clayton setting the perfect pick in front of Andy Chiodo. That squirts through the legs in a 3-1 Battalion lead.
Well, Dougie, a minute into the power play, the Brampton Battalion make it 3-1, and this is a great non-play by Kevin Young. Watch Krebs handle the puck. Young lets that pass go through to Simmons. Now his shot goes in front of the net. Clayton gets a piece of it on the way in, but clearly Kevin Young realized that Simmons had a better shot on goal. You see Clayton parked in front of the net, gets the deflection, squirts through Chiodo's legs, and Clayton will pick up the goal to give the Battalion a 3-1 lead. For Clayton, that's his 3rd goal of the playoffs. Kevin Young never ceases to amaze, and Andy Chiodo, or at least Dave Cameron, has had enough of Andy Chiodo, and much like Game 1, he's pulling him out of the net.
Yeah, but in Game 1 it didn't happen with 4:30 left in the first period. So kind of a surprise, and maybe Dave Cameron just sending a message to his goaltender. But you gotta believe that won't last long, because as the Majors go, it's usually Andy Chiodo leading the way. So it won't be long before you see the veteran netminder back between the pipes. Topping with the save. Rebound! They can't score, it's waved off. Bounced away. Topping, they score this time on the backhand. Scott Horvath makes it 3-2.
Oh, this is unbelievable what had happened here. It looked like the original goal from Foster had gone in the net. It got waved off. And so the St. Michaels Majors just continued to press. Scott Horvath followed it up. You see a big chance in front of the net here. And it's Craig Foster with the chance. And all of a sudden, on the backhand, Horvath comes in to follow it up. And just like that, we're seeing a change in goaltenders at the other end of the ice. Dougie, you never know what's going to spurn a team, and in this case, it looked like the change of goalies did.
Well, Chiodo, as we thought, would be not long for the bench. He's back between the pipes for the Toronto St. Michaels Majors. And boy, did Dave Cameron have a few choice words for Andy Chiodo on the bench before he sent him back into battle. Out of the way. Taken off. With a little room, gives the puck away. Brown's got it. He's behind the net. David Brown steps out in front. Chiodo throws out the big right pad. We're going to get a penalty, and it looks like it's going against the Battalion. But look at Shane O'Brien rip the bucket off of Tyler Harrison. O'Brien drops his gloves. Boy, the Majors would have the power play, but Shane O'Brien.
You know, I'm not so sure, Dougie. I think that original call might have been on O'Brien because Harrison looked as if he were pushed into Kyoto.
He runs him out of real estate into the corner. Krebs takes it away, shoots, loose puck, into the net, but Kyoto hangs on, and I don't know if it was kicked to the line or not, but Andy Kyoto reached back at the line and kept it out of the net. Treat now watched by Jay McClement. His pass goes to Tim Brent. Sal Peralta picks up the loose puck. McClement then run into by Lehman just inside the blue line.
Up to get the whistle.
Simmons with time, feeds it to the front of the net, hits a maze of bodies and bounces just wide. Krebs gets it back to Young. Young going down low, back for Young. Cross ice pass, Simmons to the front, deflected by Burns, and Kyoto keeps it out of the net. Seymour comes out of the box, runs into Young. Here's a break for Boyce, across the blue line. Boyce right in, two right in front, cleared by Simmons. The wrist shot, Topping makes the save. Burns comes back, banks it off the glass and down the ice. It's going to be Kevin Young after it with McKeever. Oh, and Young is absolutely upended and clobbered in the corner by Nathan McKeever.
And there goes Adam Henrik right after McKeever. Those two have been at each other all game long. Kevin Young racing down to try and beat that puck to the icing line. As he did so, the whistle had blown. McKeever gave him a shove. And Young went hard into the boards.
Horvath and Clayton also tied up. Boy, Kevin Young lost his footing as McKeever upended him in the corner. Young a little wobbly getting back to his feet. Check this out on the replay again, Sammy.
Well, here's the icing. You see Kyoto with his arm up. As soon as it crosses that line, the whistle's blown. Now Young gets caught up with McKeever. McKeever takes the skates out from underneath Young, who goes hard into the boards. It was almost going full speed. Young got up for a minute. He's back down on the ice now. And Adam Henrik really took exception to that. He came flying in from the blue line at the aid of his partner. McKeever had already been tied up, and we'll get another look at it here. With the new rule, see, the new icing rule was implemented to take these sorts of plays away, Dougie. As soon as that whistle crosses the line, the whistle's blown with much ease.
Tim Brent bounces it off the boards. Kevin Young back on the ice. To the side of the net, they score! Frankie Lukash comes alive and ties the game at 3.
Kevin Young, don't know, well advised to be out there in the current state he's in. He had a pretty good chance down there behind the net to take control of that puck or at least rub the player out. Instead, the puck came out from behind the net. Frankie Lukash picks up his 4th goal of the season, and it's Sal Peralta working down low. Kevin Young just kind of let him go. Peralta got out to the side of the net, fed it in front for Lukash. And you see Young really doesn't have much steam or much gas, it looks like. Final 20 seconds of this game, getting him in front of the net, trying to get a goal for the battalion.
McClement gets the shot away as time expires. And we're going to be going to overtime as the Majors tie things up with the only goal since the first period of play, and a big one it was. O'Brien headmans it up for Lukash. Brent heading to the front of the net. Dishes off. Lots of time. Peralta's shot. And Topping makes the save. It goes in the corner. Sal Peralta with loads of time. That deflected. They score! Tim Brent wins it 4-3. St. Michaels Majors go home with their first road victory of the playoffs. Tim Brent tipping it in front of Brad Topping.
And there it is, just 51 seconds into the extra frame. The Majors out on the ice celebrating Tim Brent's goal, his 6th of the postseason. And another look at the goal. Brent, very efficient in front of the net, gets a stick on the puck, and that ends this hockey game.
Tim Brent had 2 goals in Game 2 and a big overtime game winner here in Game 3. 51 seconds into overtime.
And you see the puck, Frankie Lukash, as he so often likes to do, just gets it, throws it at the net, Dougie, and you hit the nail on the head when you said during the intermission between the 3rd period and overtime, has Lukash come out of his slump, You'll see him pick up the puck, circle around. Watch Tim Brent. He's left all alone in front of the net, gets a stick on it, redirects it past Topping, his 6th of the postseason. Lukasz picks up the assist, and the St. Michaels Majors score 3 unanswered goals to come back and win it in overtime, 4-3.
A huge win for the Toronto St. Michaels Majors. 4-3 the final score here in the Brampton Center, and a crucial win in Game 3. We'll take a break here on OHL Primetime. Coming back with our 3-star selection. Stay with us here on Rogers Sports.
Welcome back to OHL Primetime. The 3 stars you see on your screen: Andy Kyoto, Wojtek Wolski for the Brampton Battalion, and Tim Brent with the winner in overtime. The St. Mike's Majors steal one here at the Brampton Center for Sports and Entertainment to take their first victory on the road in these 2002-2003 playoffs. So for everyone here, the cast and crew, Doug, Sam, myself, Mark, Aaron, thanks very much for joining us here at the final. Once again, St. Mike's takes Game 3 of this best-of-7 set, 4-3 here from the Brampton Center in Sports and Entertainment, and we will see you back here on Friday, April 12th.